Should I tell my neighbor a guy keeps driving by their house? I had a neighbor that watched a burglar enter my house through a side window, and later told me he didn't call 911 because it's none of my business. Don't be that guy. Say something. All I can say is that I was very grateful when my neighbors noticed a former neighbor watching me and pointed it out. I was able to get a no-contact order from a judge, and eventually, he left me alone. Be a good neighbor and let them know. If the situation was reversed, I bet you'd appreciate having a neighbor who informed you about a potential issue. Definitely tell your neighbors. I'm a big bearded guy. A friend who lives alone and is a girl had her dog pass away a few months back, and it took some adjusting. Nights were more quiet than she was used to, and her dog was kind of like an alarm. I let her know that she could call me any time of night, and I drive by her house to what was essentially a security sweep, so she'd have peace of mind. She took me up on the offer a few times. I've met her neighbor, great guy. He told her he saw me passing by her house at odd hours, slowing down, sometimes stopping in front and just watching. I know two things. She was safe, and I respect the hell out of her neighbor. I would mention it. Better to be safe than sorry, ick. It would be one thing if he were doing it once in a while. But 3-4 times a week is excessive, especially twice a day. Not saying he's gonna commit a crime or anything, but you never know, at least if you tell your neighbors. They'll be aware. I would want to know, take pics if you can. With that kind of frequency, he's probably still the owner and hired a leasing company to handle the rental duties. My brother's neighborhood has several rental homes that are rented like that. Perhaps this guy just wants to make sure the house is not being mishandled. The way I look at it is I personally would definitely want my neighbors to tell me if they noticed, so I would say something. I think you'd want to know, too, better safe than sorry. Yes. Maybe he moved somewhere nearby and still has to drive by. What would informing your neighbor do besides making them anxious? You don't have any proof of anything. First, you didn't take them cookies or muffins when they moved in? Where are your manners? Second, yes, you need to tell them. How do you know the frequency he drives past the house? Do you often look out your window to relax after a long day of work? Maybe he hid some stash inside the house and is waiting for the right opportunity to sneak in and recover it. That would be my first guess. Could be money, drugs, an unregistered firearm, some blade used in a crime. It could be hidden on the wall, maybe on the ventilation or under the floor tile. So I would keep an eye out and let everyone know. Mushroom lasagna, no. Yes, I'm having strange people driving past. Most as normal, others are not.